Hello, welcome to SAT TV. I'm Nadia Yegorova Johnstone. I'm with Mohamed Youssif, Chief Operating Officer of ABS. So, ABS is preparing for a major expansion program. Can you tell us more about this?
Well, ABS is really expanding. And what's so interesting about the company has been growing about 30% year on year. Since 2006, where the company started, the company's been growing really fast. And what fueled the expansion of the company is the new shareholders, Primera, that familiar with the satellite business. They used to own Intelsat, they used to own Inmarsat, and now they own the majority share of ABS. Basically, it's fun with a lot of money, and we are people that like to launch satellites. So it's kind of marriage in heaven, if you will. So it allowed us to grow. And now the company, less than 10 years old, has 6 satellites in orbit. We have 2 new satellites to be delivered before, one of them will be delivered before the year end, and another one few months after that. And we're not stopping there, we're actually configuring 2 more satellites. So if that's not growth, I don't know what else is. So the company is really in a very good time. We're taking advantage of the need for satellite capacity all over the world, and we are just responding to that need. And company is no longer a regional company. It's becoming now a global company. As such, we have now changing the name of the company to be ABS rather than Asia Broadcast Satellites, because we don't only serve Asia, we also serve the rest of the world. So it's an exciting time.
That's great. Could you tell us more about the all-electric satellites?
Yes, that's the new thing, that's the new trend in satellites. In order for us to be competitive, we always look at lowering our cost. And one of the things that we really looked at, the major component in the cost of any satellite operator is the cost of the satellite itself and the cost of the launch. Now, going with all electrical, it helped in these 2 parts, because all electric satellites, they are much lighter. To give you an example, ABS-2, which was launched early this year, the mass is about 6 tons. The all electrical satellite is half of that. So when you look at launch services that charges you by the kilo, which is ironic, it's not about technology, it's about the weight. So it really helps a lot. The satellite takes less to be manufactured in terms of time, and also costs less to launch. So that's why we went into this. We made a big deal with Boeing, which one of the very first people who offer all electrical. And those 2 satellites, one of them will be ready for delivery this year, and hopefully we will launch it this year. And then the second one will be followed by that in a few months after that. So those all electrical satellites, even though they are not really small satellites, they provide a lot of capacity, but they weigh less.
So they're a major cost saver.
Absolutely, and we intend to reflect that saving in cost to our customer, which allows us to be more competitive when it comes to winning customers.
That's great. What do you think are the biggest challenges facing the satellite industry at the moment?
Cost. We've been always looking at ways to lower cost, because the satellite has a very good inherent characteristics which allow you to broadcast. The problem has been always cost, and when I say cost here, cost of manufacturing of the satellite, cost of launch, and then the cost to get to the point of having the satellite that's operational. The time to take the satellite from the time you design a satellite to order it, to manufacture it, launch it, get it into service, that's about 3 to 4 year process. So there is an operational cost also, because you're 4 years working on something that is not bringing you any revenue, but the revenue will come later. So the cost from all directions, which is an operational or it's capex, affects the industry. And we've been always saying that we need to have, for example, more launch vehicles. Why? Because we want to drive the launch down. We need to look at new innovative satellites, like the all-electrical satellites, kind of allowing us to lower the cost. We look at ways to lower our cost by trying to get customers that commit to this capacity before we launch. That way we lower our risk at least. So what's really affecting the industry today is the time to market. It takes a lot of time. And then the cost to get you there, which will be reflected on the service that will be offered. So if we can innovate enough to be able to lower the cost of the satellite and the cost of operation, that will be the best thing that this industry could have.
Okay, and just to finish off, what can we expect to see from ABS over the coming year on top of cost savings?
Well, launch more satellites. we really look at filling certain gaps in terms of providing different applications. Satellite has been always resilient and has been always smart in finding new applications to be used, and this is the kind of thing that we at ABS are working hard to try to find new applications that we can use the satellite for. So expect a lot. The company is young and it has a lot to offer.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.